Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation and some may say the world. Today I have Lucas by my right and by my left I have a man known as the Menace, Matty C. Mate, he's back. Good to have you back, mate. The loyal Tigers fan. Although I have two loyal Tigers fans beside me, none in a jersey. We'll get to that later. But how you going, Matt?
Oh, mate, could be better. Could be better.
Could be better. Rough week.
Very rough.
Yeah.
Thank God for aeroplane mode.
Look, this guy loves to give shit to everyone, but look, when the going gets tough, he goes missing somehow. I don't know, but Lucas, mate, how you going, mate?
Look, mate, I don't let the shortcomings of my beloved football team ruin my weekend the way Matty lets his. So,
yeah.
Mate, look, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
doing
nice,
good.
nice.
Good weekend on the punt. Very friend and family orientated weekend, mate. So it was fantastic.
Very nice, mate. Yeah, look, for me, I do let the results change my weekend, and because Sharks keep winning, it's just like it's all up here, you know. But no, good stuff, lads. Now we've got the formalities out of the way. We talk about accountability, Matt, and I know you're a big listener of the podcast, so you would know lately we suck. Can't get a win.
Oh, no doubts.
Yeah. Look, we suck so bad, and this week there was a change. I did promise a win, and it only took us one person having two bet, allegedly.
Allegedly, we're not sure about this.
But Lucas got a win on Democracy Manifest in the same race as my horse. So take that away, mate.
Okay, look, so for a backstory, Brandon sent us a message last week and he goes, guys, horse tips for the weekend. And I had something in the Pakenham Cup on Friday night that I was very confident in. And, obviously that didn't win. So then Saturday I'm thinking, what can we look at? And Brandon goes, mate, you want another crack? And I said, absolutely, I'll have another crack. I'm all over Democracy Manifest in the Ajax Stakes. And guys, you'll hear about it later on, but succulent Chinese meals at $6.
Oh, yeah. That's got to be your best tip ever. No.
Yeah, hey, mate, it's more money than you blokes have won this year. So we're into March, and I think you guys are back to fucking winner.
I had one win, and his name was Mr. Brightside at $2.
It's about 12 times his normal price.
Yeah. I think Dan had an all right win on.
Did Dan have a win?
Zoo Gotcha, I think it was like
he did it.
$4.
$4, a few weeks ago.
But you're definitely in the lead at the moment. But it's a long year,
mate. After this week, I'm telling you. You guys are not going to catch me.
It's a long year.
You guys are not going to catch me.
Who knows? Maybe Matt might have a listener bet for us later, which could just jump everyone, you know? Who knows? But in saying that, now we get into the... Look, there's been a lot of listener questions this week, and for one man specifically, we put it out to you guys. We said we have a Tigers fan on the podcast, which you already have one, but people just wanted to know Matt's opinions on a lot of stuff. So we've got listener questions. Lucas, I'll go to you, mate. And look, buckle in, guys, because this is good.
Now, look, guys, we've only been... This podcast started a few minutes ago, and Matt's already 3/4 of the way through his first beer just because he needs to deal with the shit that's going to get heckled and thrown at him. So, Matty C, this is, I suppose, this first question, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement. But look, the Coastal Sports Podcast is just letting you know that you're in for a very long and painful season as a West Tigers fan. Mate, how do you respond to the boys in the Coastal Sports Potty?
Look, I can't disagree. It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have some shining lights. But I tell you what, if you're a punter, always back against us, you will win.
I would never tip you guys this year.
Never. Unless it's Penrith at Bathurst.
Hey, yo.
Well, you said shining lights. Lockie Galvin on the weekend was a shining light. I'll
definitely talk
put that
about
out
him
there for now.
Are we going to throw these questions to everyone? Because, Matty C is in for a very long and painful year. So is Lucas. Yeah. So is every Tigers fan out there. 3 years in a row of spoons is what I would say to the Coastal boys.
3 years in a row of spoons and fucking 19 years in a row of Spain without the S, mate. Without the fucking S. Dude, mate, I can remember the day after we won the grand final down at Campbelltown Stadium like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was sitting on my uncle's shoulders, mate. That's how long ago it was. If I sat on his shoulders now, I'd probably fucking crush him.
All those years ago. Yeah. Like, I can't
more facial hair than pubes.
Please tell me that's up. Please tell me we're live, right?
hell.
Boy. But yeah, no, you guys are fucked.
For lack of a better saying, mate, we're fucked. Yeah. But you know what? As Matty C said, there could be some shining lights.
Yes.
Thank you, Coastal Sports Podcast boys. Look, next up is another West Tigers question. And one, I have a strong opinion on this. Guys, is the criticism of Benji's coaching ethics fair? Troy from the Parrot Cave podcasts, look, he thinks not, and that everyone's coaches differently. Brandon, I'll go to you first, mate. Being an obvious avid Shark supporter and having Craig Fitzgibbon as your coach.
So I'm an unbiased, obviously, fan here, so I don't go for the Tigers. But do I think the criticism is fair? Look. Probably not. In honest
Thanks for your
opinions,
honesty. That's big of you.
Do I think Benji is going to be a good coach, and will he be the coach that saves the Tigers and gets you to the grand final? No, I don't. I think the coach that would have done that for you is now the New South Wales coach. He was obviously a good coach because New South Wales fucking picked him. But yeah, no, Benji. They say he's not a 24/7 coach. Who the fuck he is, to be honest? Like 24/7.
I want to jump in before I ask you, Matty. I think it's. I'm pretty sure Benji even came out and just called out how fucking bullshit that is.
Yeah.
That he's there before the players every morning, and he's got a rule. He's out of there because between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. he's with family. Yeah. And that's absolutely true. Family comes first.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Work-life balance, mate. Work-life balance.
That's it. And I think whoever was it supposed to be a player that came out and said that he wasn't a 24/7 coach and he's
apparently.
there late.
Player said to the media.
Which fucking player says that?
Yeah, they're getting fucked.
Like, honestly, think about it, mate. We're 1 week into the season.
David Knopfler on
Yeah,
his way out.
Oh, no doubt.
And yeah, like, honestly, 1 week into the season and some bloke's saying that, fucking come off it, mate. I think it's bullshit, and Benji came out and squashed that pretty quickly. What about you, Matty C?
Well, I don't know if you boys saw this, but did you boys see that when Benji said that he didn't want to be a 24/7 coach, he said that at the end of last year. So the media have held on to this all the way up until our round 1 game to drop it right beforehand. So, mate, Paul Kent from NRL 360, you are a fucking idiot.
Look, we have opinions on that bloke on this podcast already, but I do love the media. They love to just like dig down on the Tigers when like right when the season starts as well.
Yeah, mate, they need clicks. They need clicks. Kenty and Buzz, mate. They need clicks.
Kenty, you can't say that.
Shut up.
Mate, I love the Sharks, but they don't have a proper stadium.
They really
They
don't.
don't. Your stadium's shit,
Did you hear
dude.
about like this weekend? The refs had to go to a different facility because the toilets were
Someone
clogged
dropped
or
a
some
grog
shit.
bog in there, dude. Someone dropped a thick shit.
And then
Someone dropped a thick shit.
It's probably Toby Rudolph or something.
And the same thing happened at Canberra. Apparently, Ricky Stewart came out and said he felt sorry for West Tigers players in the media because they have a bad sewage leak underneath their stadium and they won't upgrade it.
What, in Canberra?
In Canberra. It was on the weekend.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so West away change room was right next to sewage leakage.
Mate, imagine like Fanua Apollo dropping an absolute bomb in the toilet and just laughing at the boys having to smell that.
Cop that.
Oh, but yeah, look, I think. I think
Matt answer Benji's coaching.
No, he didn't.
Don't try and get out of this, man. Tigers fucking airplane
I
mode.
personally, look, Wayne Bennett's not a 24/7 coach. I know he's very different in that sense. He's got experience, but he goes away to his farm in the middle of the year. He's not always there. And Greg Inglis came out and said he had the same sort of coaching style as Wayne. So who says it won't work?
Fair play, Matty C. I like that.
I like it.
Anything to add for that one?
No, mate, done.
I think Benji Marshall will be dropped midway through the year.
Yeah, cool.
Bold opinion.
Okay, bold
John
opinion.
Morris will be the coach.
Yeah, 12 weeks, John Morris. That's what I'm saying. I don't want it to be the case. I
Unless
really want
Robbie
Benji to
Farah
succeed.
backstabs him.
Robbie Farah.
All right, now this is another listener question from Anonymous. Guys, how many more decades until the Tigers make a finals appearance?
Anonymous.
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 Now, guys, we're gonna make 6 years. We're gonna make a finals appearance. I'm saying it now. Within the next 6 years, the Tigers will make the finals.
Ooh.
How do you see?
I'll go bold. I'll say 4.
You reckon by 2028?
Yep. by 2028.
Brandon.
Anyway, look, it's already been 1 decade, so it's been now, what, 12 years? All we need is another 8 years to get up to 2 decades. I'm thinking...
You'll have 3 kids by then, Brandon.
Yeah,
You'll have
but-
3 different women, mate. Be careful.
I think yeah, there might be Tigers fans. Actually, they're gonna. Oh, yeah, only 2 years for my Tigers kids out there. No, I think another 8 years. I think they're gonna go 2 decades with no finals.
You
Lock that-
honestly reckon that?
Yeah,
you
lock
two
that
should,
in,
you
mate.
two should have a bet right now. Yeah, look, I think you're. Look, I know there's taking the piss, and I think that's taking the
Taking the piss, you reckon?
You reckon 8 more years? I suppose it's been
Until-
12. What'll stop another 8?
Exactly. Mate, I waited 50 years for a fucking grand final.
Another 52, you twat. Yeah, look.
You'll need a better halfback that isn't a flat track bully.
Hey yo, whoa. We're picking on the Tigers at the moment, not the Sharks. Come on.
We'll move on. We'll move on. Now, this one's from Kyle. Listener question from Big Kyle H, who comes up. He comes up trump with his, mate. They're bloody fantastic. Now, this one, Matty C. Kyle wants to know how you come up with your listener questions, mate. Do you sit there while you're repairing something at work and go, oh, click, bang, and then start typing stuff in, or? What do you
No,
do?
actually, I do a lot of driving for work, so I have a lot of solace in the driving and stuck in the M7 traffic every day.
Yeah.
As we all know how bad that is.
We do.
Yep, that's right.
But yeah, that's how I come up with them, and then the challenge is to actually remember them, so I can actually send them.
I thought it'd be like late night on the beers, like, hey, mate,
Well,
got this one.
I was about to come to you, Brandon. How do you think Matty C comes up with his listener questions?
Well, look, I think it's Sunday night. Matty C, the menace on the piss. Who knows what he's doing? Maybe he's got beers.
Maybe.
Maybe he's got more beers and more beers. And he
Sounds like
goes,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
1 beer, 2 beer.
what was Victor Radley sing? Beers, beers, and more beers. That's what he's doing on a Sunday night. And then he just goes, beep, beep. What is the what was the ocean question? The space or the ocean?
Yeah. You know what?
Is there a spooky ghost out there, like in the corridor?
I've got a bit of left field one for where I think Matty C comes with his questions.
Yeah.
I reckon he listens to other podcasts and steals questions that they get asked on other podcasts.
Negative.
Ooh. But now you've said that.
Well, that's my opinion.
Hey, we're saying fraudulent questions here.
Fraudulent. They're what's it called? Oh fuck. Anyway, I couldn't think of the word.
Mate, Bing goes to work.
Well, Matty C, mate, this is another one directed at the Tigers from Kyle as well. Who is getting the wooden spoon this year, and why is it the West Tigers? Matty C, kick us off, mate.
I don't believe it's actually going to be the West Tigers after the weekend.
Ooh.
No, mate.
No. I reckon it's going to be the Dragons. They were a one-hit wonder.
One hit wonder.
That's big if true.
Yes, 100%. Shane Flanagan's come out and said that they're not going to win, like they're not getting the wooden spoon. It won't happen. That's more pressure on the players. And they came out and folded like linen.
Cop that, Dan.
Yeah, okay. Brandon, mate, who's getting the spoon?
Well, look, there's actually an interesting game coming up. Is it round 5, I believe, or round 6?
The Spoon Bowl?
Spoon Bowl, the very own Spoon Bowl that includes Dragons and Tigers.
Is that,
all of us
is that
will be
at our
there.
local?
It is at Campbelltown.
I
We'll
cannot
be there.
wait.
We'll be there live and reporting to you guys. But look, I do think it's going to be tough out of the 2 teams. But the teams that showed more promises, it's only been 2 games. You guys have only had 1, to be fair. But Dragons looked the better, at least against the Titans. You guys showed glimpses of one player looking all right. The rest looked pretty
There
average.
is another one. So what about if Souths keep going down in this crumble?
Jesus, mate. If the
I
Souths
don't-
win the wooden spoon, I'll run down Queen Street naked.
Mate, you know, before their
Hold him to
bye,
that.
the only team you can see them going into favourites in against is the Bulldogs.
Who? The
Souths.
They
You
be
look at,
favourites against us, bro.
up until their bye, which is round 7, and then after their bye, they have Storm and Panthers. They could legitimately be 1-9.
1-9. I think that the Bulldogs should also be in the talks here because they've got fucking pumped twice now.
They're donkey, mate. They're arse.
Shout out to Luke Oakes and his 20 utilities.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody
7
hell,
grinds
but,
of utility.
Yeah, how do you feel about you guys getting the spoon, Lucas?
I will have a definitive answer come round 5.
Okay, so do you reckon you guys would get like spoon tattoos if you got free? Like,
No, I can't do that, mate. I'm a
Okay.
clean skin.
yeah, okay, that's fair, mate.
Kate
What about
would-
you?
Kate would defend me.
Would you get a spoon tattoo and then look if Jerome Luai comes and gets a 4th spoon? Like,
How about this? I'm a West Tigers member, right?
yeah, I've got
So-
a photo of him as a West Tigers.
I've got a
member.
West
We'll just
Tigers
put it down
25-year
here.
anniversary hat,
That's so sad.
right? If we get the spoon this year, I'll get a wooden spoon embroidered on it.
Hey, oh,
All right,
I
all right.
like
Who's
it.
going to do the embroidering?
I'll take it to a place and get it done.
Okay, fair enough. And you have to wear it out for a week. Everywhere we go for the next month, on a weekend, to a pub, anywhere, you wear that hat.
Can you
A
get
weekend.
free
A
of
week.
them.
And I'll get like the free lines next to it.
Oh, man.
And then premiers. 2005.
Premier's coming soon.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that's good.
Bloody hell. All right.
Working hard, mate.
Oh,
How
mate.
they working?
Bloody tired, eh? Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get into a more serious question here. I need you guys to think back. You know, we're all, late 20s now. Boys, we've been punting for at least 10 years. I want to know what your best ever punting victory is. Now, who wants to go first? Can either of you guys
Okay.
put that? You
I'll
want to
go
go first?
first.
Maddie
Matt's got it.
C will go first.
Locked in.
So it was a $3 bonus bet. And it was probably when I was 19.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I won $750 off it.
Yep.
And it took $250 off it, obviously, because of the thing. It was worth $1,000. I got a 8-leg multi in a Storm versus Cowboys game where Storm kicked a field goal to win it. And that's what got me the thing. I said Storm would win by a point.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Big money.
$3 bonus bet.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be chuffed with that.
That would have been around the time bonus bets came out, mate. And he's just fucking winning 700.
Yeah. They're probably thinking, fuck, we should probably take these away.
Yeah.
Brandon, mate, what about you? What's your
Um,
best ever punting victory / story?
Victory / story. There's a couple of them. There was one with another loyal fan of the podcast, Cody, where there was a dog paying $125. I used to back some fucking rough stuff and like put $2 on it, got $250 from it, so that was pretty good. There was another story actually with Matty C. How much was the horse paying? It was
I hate you for this.
I think it was 100, was it?
Jeez.
It was 250 to 1. It was in Tokyo. We had been on the piss all night, done our ass. I go up to the bar to get with my last $20 from a KFC wage to go and get 2 drinks, and that's how we're going to end the night. While I'm up at the bar, this bloke chucks $5 on it, wins $1,250.
Wow.
And you know what? Didn't give me a cent and didn't even give me the money for the drinks.
Hey, whoa. You know why I bet on it, Lucas?
Go on.
It's called Win Some Money.
Not
I
even
did-
Get out
lying.
of town, really?
I won.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bloody beautiful.
Look, mate.
And that's why Westleigh is a hole.
I don't know why I've gone away from backing like massive odds. I
Yeah.
should go back for the
you
punters.
should, mate, yeah.
That's where I did my best work.
All you'd need is one win and you'd beat Lucas down the ride.
Lucas, mate, what was your best victory?
This is well documented with the boys, this one here, but I thought I'd let the podcast know. Guys, a few years ago, there was an absolute weapon of a horse called Incentivize running around. Now, I don't remember where I was when I first saw him, but I was watching Sky Racing, obviously. And this thing was at like $1.30 favourite in a random Saturday race during the Queensland Carnival. It was over 2,000 metres, and there was a lot of spruik about this guy. I watched him run, and I watched him win the race by about 13 lengths, and I've gone, holy hell, look at this thing. Over the next few days, some whispers came out that he was being purchased by Brace Sokolsky and Aussie Care, who are like, the two big dogs in like Australian horse racing ownership. And I've gone, if they're taking him to Victoria with Peter Moody as the new trainer, they'll aim him up at some of the cups. So I remember from that day, I think that would have been about this time in 2021. From this day in 2021 all the way to the Caulfield Cup, every single bonus bet that I had, I put on Incentivise to win the Caulfield Cup. At the time, he was $67. He was $67. He was 51. And I'm telling you, I used Bet365, Sportsbet, Tab, PointsBet, Blue Bet. I used everything that could give me bonus bets.
Ladbrokes.
Ladbrokes. I would put every every bonus bet I got onto Incentivise to win the Caulfield Cup. Now, he obviously has a demolition job over everything in Queensland, and then Peter Moody takes over from the Spring Carnival that year. So 3 months later, Incentivise goes first up into the Mackay Diva Stakes over 1,600 metres, leads and wins. And I've gone, holy shit, I could be onto something here. He goes from $26 into about $8 for the Cup. He then wins the Turnbull Stakes over 2,000 metres, beating Very Elegant. And he goes into outright $3 favourite. And I'm freaking out the whole time going, fuck, this Saturday of the Caulfield Cup, this is 6-month build-up almost. This could be the biggest win I've ever had. All of my friends and whatnot knew, and the morning of, I was getting phone calls from mates going, fingers crossed for you. We go to Brandon's house for the day. It was Everest Day and Caulfield Cup Day.
Big day.
Big day.
Everyone got mullets.
We were getting their mullets shaved into our heads and whatnot on that day.
Oh, mate.
And I still to this day will say that is the best day, apart from your wedding day. That's like one of the best days I've ever had, because all the boys that were there, 10 of us, were winning on everything we backed that day. It was fantastic. Anyway, Caulfield Cup time comes around. And Incentivise, 3 wide for the majority of the race, still laps them and beats them by about 5 lengths. And from all the bonus bets, I remember just refreshing constantly. I finally checked all my accounts, and I think it ended up being about $7,600 from bonus bets that I won. So not even my money, but obviously on the day I was putting money on him of mine. Yeah. But just from the bonus bets, it was about $7,600 odd.
That's a lot.
That's my greatest punting victory ever. There's a video of that. There's a video of us going crazy when he won. And then to top it off that day, Nature Strip won the Everest, so that was like a best day ever.
Can you imagine if we got pipped by a nose?
Oh.
Well, let's fast forward to the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah. Well, thankful I didn't have a double, hey? Because that would have broke me. But no, I just had the Caulfield Cup, collected that money, pulled it straight out into the savings account, mate. You beauty.
No, good. That was a day and a half, because as you said, everyone was just winning money.
We get
shaving mullets.
I'm pretty sure that was like that weekend was when they announced you could have up to 10 people at your house during COVID.
And we pushed the limits, so I don't think
we
it
had
was
like
just
12 or something like that. But
shout out to James who spewed in the bathroom that night.
Shout out James.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that was an amazing.
He won some money.
Because remember we went to West's afterwards. We all went to West, got down there and smashed some beers.
I forget that. It all blurs.
Yeah, just remember, boys, you couldn't catch COVID if you were sitting down.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God! Imagine. I remember that now. Fuck. Oh, fuck. It knows how many people are in a room as well. So, anyway, look, that's our best ever punting victories, boys. How good's that? Here's a good one. What's your favourite drinking story that you can say on the podcast? Brandon.
I was hoping you'd ask Matt first. To be
Sorry,
honest.
mate. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first, mate.
I've got a good one. So this one, I wasn't particularly mute, right?
That's why the memory's probably all there.
Yeah, that's why the memory's there. Now back, I used to work Macquarie University, and we used to go out all the time and get mute, right? And we'd go out as like a group of like 20, 25 of us. And one time we were at one of the guys' place. They lived in Epping, so nice area, and his parents were away for the weekend. So he goes, "Oh, everyone come over. You can all crash. We can stay. We can do all this, right?" So everyone, we're all, drinking beers, having shots and whatnot. And it eventually got to, like truth, not sort of truth or dare. Now there was this one massive bloke there by the name of Clayton, and Clayton was like this big swimmer. So you can imagine like 6'5", like 100 kilos, pure muscle. And there was a smaller bloke there called Richard, and it was almost like a big hit battle, like trying to smash into each other, right? Now, this guy, Richard, and Clayton, they're like, all right, Clayton, you run at me. These guys are mute, by the way, like proper blind. You run at me, and if I fall over, you win. Just plain and simple, right?
Yeah.
So Clayton takes this massive run up, and as he is about to smash into Richard, Richard moves out of the way, straight through the colorbond fence and into the neighbour's yard, right? Now, no one told the homeowner.
Yeah.
No one told the homeowner. I left that night. I watched it. I left that night. And I think it might have been like my second or third last shift there just afterwards. So I'm not even sure what happened of that. But yeah, some bloke I knew took out a collarbone fence, and I was just sitting there drinking beers watching it.
And by the sounds of it, he was the size of the collarbone fence.
He was massive. He was massive.
Nice,
So
nice.
nothing crazy there, but yeah, that's that for me. How about you, Matty C?
So I'm going now. Okay. I've got two.
Ooh.
So
Are they good for the podcast?
yes,
yeah,
they're
you
good.
can say, okay,
I'm not going to. There's certain parts I will not mention.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So first one, it was my Bucks.
Hey.
And-
fucking-
We've been out playing paintball and everything. We're not mentioning what happened at paintball because that's really embarrassing. But we get back to a private bar that nice gentleman over here, Brandon, organised. And we've got some, we'll just say lovely ladies there.
Some lovely ladies are there doing lovely things.
Anyway, shout out to my mate Nathan Parker, who came in with a shirt that said, "Enjoy Coca-Cola," if you get what I mean.
It's very nice.
And lava sunnies, and I had a tiara as well. And mate, my dad's face when he stood there and he's doing shots and he's looking at me in this shirt, mate, it was all sorts.
There was a photo, I think, of you, your uncle, and your dad in that shirt. I wonder if that's still around.
Yeah,
That would be
it's probably
hilarious.
his Facebook somewhere.
Mate, my dad is like licking the emblem.
Oh, mate. Yeah,
shit.
no, that was.
Yeah. And the other one, look, it took a drastic turn. It was Lucas, you weren't there, but me and Brandon together at Arnie Vex. Shout out. Do you remember when that Vincent snapped that bloke's arm doing an arm wrestle on the bin?
Yeah. From then on, I will never do arm wrestles.
Yeah, mate, that was so bad. Well, I think I was about a 10-pack of JD, and I was actually contemplate arm wrestling him, and I'm glad I didn't because, mate, he just slammed the guy's hand into the bin that many
and he
times.
did it a couple of times again after, like, he probably snapped it the first time and just kept on bang bang.
Mate, the guy went to hospital that night. They called the ambos.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's bad.
It was on a garbage bin as well, so it wasn't stable. It was
He's like could sort of understand doing it on concrete or something, but yeah, on a garbage
I
bin
refuse to
lid.
do arm wrestles.
Yeah. I swear I remember seeing him the next week. He was full like
Slinged up.
slinged up, cast. I'm like, oh
That's
fuck,
bad, man.
Mate,
Oh,
shout
rough
out to
night.
Vincent. Fucking, he could put drinks away.
Yeah, mate. He was born on the exact same day
Wait,
as James.
which Vincent are you talking about?
Have a hello.
Oh, far out, man. Who's arm wrestling that bloke?
Bloke's
bloke
bigger
was-
than Clayton.
Yeah.
The bloke was probably, I think he was about our size that versed him.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's proper rough. What about you, Jay? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, whoa, wait, whoa,
Jesus
whoa.
Christ. What about you, Brandon? What's your favourite drinking story?
Funnily, it includes another huge unit. I was in Brisbane. It was a boys' trip away. I was quite drunk. It was my first time. Let's say taking biscuits. So I'm taking biscuits. My first time. Got very drunk. Probably should have been kicked out. I was kicked out. The security guard was I want to say he was like size 18 foot, probably like 6'5", 6'6" or whatever, ranger.
Oh.
So I was out the front, all my mates are inside. I'm yelling absurdities at this bloke to the point I get my phone out to record him and keep yelling absurdities at him. And then the recording of him, it must have been close to Australia Day or something, because there was an Australia Day filter on him while I'm recording him yelling out absurdities. And I'm like, and there's still that video around, but it's so good. But like, that's not even the funniest part, because the next night we're still in Fortitude Valley. We go back to the club next door to that place, because like, well, Brandon's probably not going to get back in after what he's done there. The bloke, funny enough, security guards move places. He was moved to the next door. He sees me in the lineup. He goes, "I'm watching you all night, mate. You fuck up once, you're out." I'm like, "Sorry, mate. I'm sorry for whatever I said. Let me in."
At least he let you go, though.
Yeah, no. So I got back in and I did not fuck up. So
FPRC.
no more bickies for me. Yeah, I was saying stuff like "fuck the reggae cunt," but yeah, his story's a lovely man.
That's gold.
Yeah.
That is
Bloke was
gold.
trying to make a buck and he's getting abused.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, far out. All right. Jesus. Well, we're getting straight back onto the NRL questions now. Look, mate. What are the reasons? This is from Brandon. I think he's asking me and Matty C here.
yeah.
So, what are the reasons that we support the West Tigers? Now, I'll fill this one first. Look, being a local boy, the very first game I can remember going to was at Campbelltown Stadium, and it was the West Tigers versus Parramatta Eels. Now, fuck going for Parramatta, because they're shit. But I remember a punch-on happening. And look, ever since, I don't know who won the punch-on. I don't know who was in it. But ever since then, I've been a Tigers fan. And yeah, till the day I die.
So you're saying we should bring back Biffs to bring more Tigers fans?
Bring back the Biff.
Yeah, okay. So
Matty C, why are you a Tigers fan?
So the reason I'm a Tigers fan is because my uncle was is still to this day a tragic Balmain supporter, and also my mum is a Tigers fan. She was raised in the area since she came from England and supported the Magpies. But my dad also supported Penrith because he grew up in Mount
You
Druitt.
would have been
very
good.
happy.
Yes. No, but Brandon will remember this.
Yeah.
My second team for quite a many of years was Penrith Panthers. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Do you have a second team, you traitor?
No, right? And I always support the Tigers, but whenever Penrith were playing, as long as they weren't versing us, I would go for them.
Okay.
When Ivan Cleary went back, I was like, fuck them. I am never supporting him again. Next minute, free Pete. And we're on the way to our own free Pete.
Yes.
Ivan could have had our 3 feet.
Yeah.
The fucking
Chasing glory at West Tigers. No, good
Still
stuff.
remember when we were getting talked about Nathan Cleary coming to the Tigers? We can dream.
Yeah.
Can't be just.
I remember when Latrell Mitchell was going. I remember Josh Adokar was going. The list goes on.
It does. We got Appy and we got Luai. So
Good stuff. Good stuff.
all right. Matty C, mate. A lot of talk in the last few days about airplane mode. Now, mate, what are your thoughts on airplane mode?
Airplane mode is God's invention.
Yep.
Whoever made it is a genius because, like, all 4 planes been in the sky, but also when you don't want to cop some dreaded shit off a certain bloke called Muhammad Moe, you just put it on aeroplane mode. You don't have to deal with him. Shout out to you, Moe. Can't put an aeroplane mode on when we're together at Brisbane. Wing versus Brisbane.
That's right.
At Campbelltown.
You can't be doing that.
Wow.
We'll come to that. I'm sure he'll come to that.
Yeah, he will. I have my opinions on aeroplane mode.
Go on.
This guy loves to rip into every single person, every single team, for no reason at all. Like, we could be winning and we're still getting ripped on. And then when the going gets tough, Tigers start playing. They put one try against them.
The bloke's on a flight to Alaska.
Matty C goes camping for the weekend, and the aeroplane mode comes on, and I don't know where he is.
Matty C
mate.
and VJ Stow was hanging out again.
Yeah. And then out of nowhere, you just get a message from him.
I'm back.
Bloody hell. Yeah, look, I mean, I share the same opinion of airplane mode as you blokes, so...
Yep. This guy at least sticks in the chat and cops his shit.
Yeah, I'll try. Now, the boys held this question back for me. Thank you very much. So, the name of the horse to look out for this carnival, this autumn carnival. I've got 3 horses. One that's a bit obvious, which is Orchestral. She's going to come out next weekend and win the Vinery Stud Stakes, and then a few weeks later, she'll probably win the Australian Derby as well. She's going to belt our lot here. As a bit of an outsider, Chael Wolf, he's currently $26 for the Derby. He will stay all day, so he's my outsider for that race. And then I've got a pretty special one that's going to debut this Saturday in Australia. Her name is Via Sistina, but I'll talk about that one later on.
Ooh,
Yeah,
looking forward
juicy.
to that.
Juicy.
I've heard good things so far, but we'll see. We'll see, mate.
Yeah.
I also butchered Cho Wolf's name on the podcast last week, but
That's
you know,
okay.
each to their own. No,
That's okay, mate.
That's okay.
So,
You tried your best.
Yes, that's right.
do we have a listener question, mate? Or
We have a audio listener question.
that's what I meant.
Hear me out. We have one from Anonymous, so I'll play that for
How
the boys
come I
now.
feel like I'm going to get attacked?
I can't wait till you get verbally abused, and
Off
we
you
can't
go.
use this. All right.
Random anonymous Couchy here. So
Yeah.
I wanted to give you a bit of a would you rather. Would you rather your team make the finals year after year but never win a game in the finals, like just always lose? Or would you rather support a team that just comes last every year and never wins a game in general? So yeah, it's just a bit of a thought experiment. So thanks.
So, would you rather go for the Sharks or would you rather go for the Tigers? Is
think
what he's
that
saying.
what Anonymous.
That's what Anonymous.
really sounds similar. I could
does,
that
yeah.
voice.
A bit like, I can't quite put
yeah,
my
can't put one
finger
finger
on it.
on it. What would you rather go for, Matt? I'm really interested. Would you rather be in the finals but not be able to win one, or would you rather support a team that can't make the finals or win games?
I'll stick loyal to who I support.
But this
So-
isn't a theoretical. This isn't this isn't
theoretical-
West Tigers, Sharks, is
theoretical.
any team in the world.
It's a fucking tough one.
I don't think I could deal with the heartbreak of my
Yeah.
team like giving me hope and then shitting the bed. If we're shit, we're shit.
Yeah,
my
100%.
Okay, well, my opinion is, why the fuck would you want to? Every week you lose? Like, come on!
Look, we can pull
Mate.
off a win here and there. It's special. Whereas, you know, if
I'm
you're
not
making
talking
it to
about-
the finals and doing nothing.
I'm not talking about Tigers. This is just theoretically any team that.
So I'm putting my soccer cap on here, right? Thinking about Man City. If Man City kept getting to the UCL final and losing, I'd be so upset.
Didn't they used to?
No, we didn't make it to the
Champions
final, but I was very
League?
upset.
Yeah.
You know, we're not like the
beautiful.
Sharks. We actually win.
Well, look, I would definitely pick a team that promises success and gets success because you're making the finals, mate. There's literally 16 teams that can't win the grand final, so only one team gets to win it. And the last 3 years, it's been fucking Penrith. Theoretically, if it's the NRL we're talking about.
There's a famous saying, mate. I'm sure you would have heard of it.
Uh-huh.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, I've heard that.
There you go.
Talladega Nights.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Anonymous, though.
Yeah, anonymous listener.
I think we have one more from Dan. The fuck just happened?
Brandon is sideways.
How did you press
I
something?
didn't miss anything.
What the fuck happened?
When did that happen?
Did that just happen? All right, so this one is from Dan. Just targeted to Matty C. Now he's gone, it's another bully one. When is Matty C going to realise that he's a Tigers fan and has no ground to stand on when it comes to putting shit on other teams?
Never.
Short and sweet.
Aeroplane mode forever.
Bullying Dan forever. Airplane mode forever. I love my life. Bullying Dan.
I love my footy.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, that's it for the questions, guys. There's a bloody lot of them today.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, back to you, B. Randon.
Flawless as well. We didn't have any change of camera. You wouldn't even tell the quality difference as well, so it's crazy. No, good stuff. Get the listener questions in next week as well. Hopefully not as many Tigers-based ones.
Please.
But no. Now we get into the NRL talk because we didn't have enough NRL talk there. This is, round 2 happened. There was some good games. There's some great tries. Some
boxing.
Some boxing. There was some boxing in the NRL as well. We had Curtis Scott versus Joey Leilua. Either of you lads see the fight?
Just watch highlights.
Highlights as
There
well,
was no real highlights, was there?
No, it was shit.
Bloody Leilua looked for a way out and found one.
He was looking for the closest Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
He got very tired.
Yeah. He looked like he got down to the ground. He's like, I've made enough money from this. Like, I don't have to get up. I don't even think it was like actually a genuine good punch that
it was
dropped
like a
him.
Just
Lancing
quickly,
blow.
what about, mate, you won a premiership in a good team. I had me. Get a load of yourself.
Is that what Joey?
Yeah.
Joey
Leilua
said that.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Well, he was.
He only played with Brafe and Astor, Todd Carney, who won a Daily M, and then at the Raiders, where Jack Wyden won the Daily M as well.
Yeah, played with Luke Brooks too. Can't forget that.
Can't forget that. No one can. Round 2, though, gentlemen. You watched a lot of games. Who impressed you, Matty C? What team?
Look, not so much a team,
Mhm.
but who impressed me, I was, as much as it sucks because it was against us, Ethan Strange, what a player.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
looked good.
He was good, wasn't he?
Yep.
He scored a try as well, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. He did well for fantasy as well, like 40 points, I think.
Yeah.
He was a gun. He's definitely a
and
future
R6 as
talent.
well, Lockie Galvin.
Yeah.
Had a good crack.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
He looks like the future of your club. You could say if you put Latu in there and just go, look, boys, we're not making the finals. We already know it. Let's just go for the future. Plan for the future. I don't know. Lucas, mate, who impressed you?
Manly.
Manly, yeah.
Manly. Brooks and Olakau'atu impressed me big time. Turbo just shows how important he is. I think Manly are a very good team.
Yeah. They have surprised a lot. It shouldn't be surprising when they have Tommy because he just brings them to another level.
Yeah.
But they beating the Roosters like that convincingly was something to marvel at. And they had that try, like Olakau'atu's try. I don't think it should have been taken away.
No chance, mate.
Yeah, so
Carrying 3
On-
blokes over the line.
yeah.
On that game, though, what about Dom Young's runaway try?
Mate,
yeah.
if Ruben Garrick caught him, Jason Saab would have mowed him down.
Yeah.
I reckon Tolu Kula would have got him as well if he was
Still a
there.
cracking
yeah.
try, but
Yeah,
Absolutely, dude. Yeah,
100%.
he's rapid. And so is
Um,
Garrick, to be fair.
he is pretty quick.
How about you, Brandon?
Who impressed me? Do I need to say? Look, Sharks, I don't think have ever started 2-0 in a long time, mate. It's been a long time coming. We are impressive. It was against the Bulldogs, but look, in all honesty, I will toot another member of the podcast, James. I think Parramatta impressed me a lot. And the fact that they lost a player within the first couple minutes that changed their whole back line, and yet they still were able to keep up with Penrith for the majority of the game. And there was a lot of shit calls against them. Some bloke did a TikTok about it. I don't know if you lads seen that. And it's like fucking 20 reasons why Penrith won. Like refs this, ref that.
tell you
But,
one thing, though. Morgan Harper finally stopped having nightmares about Talakai, and now
Yeah.
he knows who Isaac
Tago,
Tago is.
yeah. Like that was another shit figure. Like he got talked up to have the best game ever. He was versing fucking Kelma Tuolagi out there, and then he got injured, and then fucking
What about
Bryce
Hill-
Cartwright went out there.
What about him shotting Liam Martin and like hurting himself, and Liam Martin just gets
Yeah.
up and runs away?
Yikes! Big ouchie for him. But yeah, that was who impressed me. Sharks obviously going to win the comp after those two weeks. Who let you down? Do I need to ask either of you? First week, West Tigers playing. And Matt, who let you down?
Look, actually, it wasn't Wes.
Oh,
I
really?
was actually sort of
You're already
expecting that. Like I was
expected it, yeah.
expecting. You know who let me down? I thought the Roosters. I thought the Roosters were going to be a lot better against Manly.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
a lot of people tipped them to do really well in the comp. Definitely after that first round, they looked pretty.
Yeah.
I still think they will do well. It's just I think Manly are going to do even better this year.
Tell you what, cracking game this week. JWH's 300th against the Rabbits.
If he doesn't get in a fight, I'm not here. Lucas, mate, who let you down?
Jaden Sullivan.
Bud.
One player.
Yeah, you can't give yourself a nickname, mate. You can't go to the commentators before the game and say, "Call me Bud." That's not how nicknames work. I can't just walk up to my boss and tell him to call me Maverick. He'd probably sack me.
Call me the goat every time you refer to me.
Seriously. So
I'd love to see what's actually on his contract paperwork. Is his name Bud or Jaden? I guarantee it is Jaden.
Reach out, Jaden Bud Sullivan.
so
He
yeah,
you
they let
down.
me down, and so did the Rabbitohs as a whole team, mate. But I'm sort of here for the downfall of it. So
Yeah, no, I do like that.
Shout out Leon.
Suffer. Shout out loud. Team that let me down was the last game, Dragons. That was one of the tips I got wrong because they had such a good game the week before and Dolphins had such a bad game. I'm like, well, surely the Dragons follow up suit. And no, they got fucking their asses handed to them. There was like 3 records broken in that game. Like biggest win margin, first time they ever held someone to 0. And there was another one as well. But yeah, Dragons sucked. Dan was not here to defend him, and neither should he.
Is it the biggest swing by a player ever? Hamaso having a Barry Crocker to go into a hat trick the next
was,
week.
yeah, another
I
thing.
forgot what jersey he was wearing.
His first hat trick. He's like 22 years old, and he's had his first hat trick. I feel like he's been around for ages as well. But yeah, no.
To be fair, he was playing a lot of bench at Cowboys.
Yeah. Like the players Cowboys let go, it's crazy. Ponga, him, fucking Kickow,
Leilua.
Brandon Smith. Bro, they've let go some good players, but they still have an all right team. Like they impressed me as well.
Yeah.
They're doing well. Now, so we've had our impressed and let us down. Obviously, Sharks not letting anyone down. yeah. Jerome Luai gets away from suspension. How's that? He tripped a bloke. He swinging uppercut fucking hooked some bloke in the head that gave him concussion. That gave him the win inevitably because that's where Targo fucking destroyed that left side of Parramatta. But do you think Penrith are protected?
All I can say is just get all the monetary fines out of the way because when you come to the Tigers, mate, you can't even look at someone without getting penalised. So get it out of the way now, Romy.
If he did that at the Tigers next year, he would have 12 weeks.
He would.
100%.
We'll get into that.
Guaranteed. Yeah, Penrith get it. Did you guys see Parramatta's play to balls were like 6 seconds because Penrith were holding them down that much, and Penrith's play to balls were 3 seconds, and they were getting all the 6 agains.
Yeah. That was it Ashley Klein? Fuck, he loves a Penrith home game and just loves this one arm that arm goes and it goes to Penrith the whole time.
Mate, the refereeing standard is fucking pathetic in the NRL. Honestly, it's fucking pathetic. When the better teams are getting favourable calls against the cellar dwellers, mate, they don't need any more assistance. But these refs just fucking give it to them.
You would think they would want to do the opposite.
Yeah.
Give the calls to
even
the
it out a
shitted
bit.
teams and keep it even.
You'd think so, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, look, I think he should have at least got a 10 in the bin for the fucking swinging arm that literally took a player off the field. But, issues their own. Josh Reynolds would have fucking got, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks if he tripped a bloke. I'm pretty sure he did used to get fucking suspended for a shit ton of weeks back in the day.
And the worst thing is when they give penalties to the other team at the end of the game to even it up on the stats board.
Yeah, and they love doing that. They
Yeah.
love doing that
But
too.
at the end of the day, guys, it's for the fans, as Volandis would say. When Taylor May got off his suspension for till next year, it's for the fans, and that's what Penrith get away with. Bloody murder, mate. But enough on the lowlights. One of the highlights of the weekend, Xavier Coates, boys. That try. Sorry, Warriors fans, eat your heart out there. Xavier Coates gets the match-winning try, and he jumps, I would say, 6 meters in the air. He should be competing in high jump with that kind of try. I didn't think it was going to go down, but he did. His whole body was pretty much outside the field.
Yep.
Puts the ball down, wins the game. They scored how many tries in 3 minutes to like just get the win? It was ridiculous stuff, boys. Your opinions, Matt?
Individually, personally, I reckon it's one of the best winger tries I have ever seen, and even tries in general. Question: what's better, B Moz's try, the one where he jumps and gets it down in the corner, or that one?
I think
I would say Coates' one.
biasy recent. Was it recency bias?
Recency bias.
Yeah, bias. It always bloody fucking. Everyone always remembers the thing that's in the front of the head. Like the commentators were like, "This is the best try I've ever fucking seen." Is it? It's definitely better tries. This is the best match-winning try, I would say.
Personally, I think B Moz is probably better because I'm pretty sure the corner post was still in play then.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Like I can think of tries where Jared Hayne fucking steps 50 blokes, Greg Inglis runs over 300 blokes.
I just think in the context of the situation, I think it's probably one of the best tries.
I think in match-winning sense, best try.
Yeah.
Maybe how they
overall, it was just like a pass to the wing, bloke jumps really high, puts ball down.
Dallin did that in the game, I think.
I don't know. I think it was hyperbole city by saying it's the best try ever, but
Bossy loves a hyperbole.
oh yeah. He loves it. But it's their own, yeah. The Storm managing a way to win. I think it shows that Sharks are top 8 material. Always bringing it back to the Sharks in this podcast, Matt.
Never seen a bloke jerk his team off as much.
Oh, mate, we're about it here.
I hope we humble you this week.
It'll be so bad. I won't come in. Aeroplane mode's fucking going on, mate.
See less jerking on Pornhub.
Oh, mate. Speaking of jerking, nothing to do with jerking at all. JMK Falcon boys. Did you see the like Looney Tunes action he put onto it? It was like similar to like Fatty Vaughan when he would go. That's like he got hit by an all-time Falcon, kicked straight to the head, had to go off for a 15-minute concussion, and he just was like I think he put it a bit of stage. But yeah, it fucking would have hurt.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you're a big fan of soccer. I don't know how they fucking belt their head with the ball all the time, but that was fucking worse, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad for him. So I'm pretty sure they're banned heading the ball in soccer at a certain age.
Wow.
So yeah, getting kicked in the head probably not a good idea.
Yeah, no.
Shout out to JMK, gets concussed, absolutely looks like shit, and then scores a try and does what the Dragons can't do.
Win?
Score a try. He is concussed and he does what the whole Dragons team can't do together.
Maybe the Dragons need to look into that. I remember a pre-game where, who was it got fucking slapped the shit out of? Trent Barrett, was it? At the Dragons, I'm pretty sure.
I think it might have been, yeah.
And yeah, maybe that was concussion that made them keep winning.
Barrett, no, I think you're right. It was Barrett.
But yeah, no, I think maybe you're onto something. Maybe the Dragons team needs to get fucking pelted by a ball to then be able to score points to then be able to win a game.
Head injuries result in wins. Ask Joey Leilua. He copped a firework to the face.
He didn't win though.
Yeah, he did. That was the finals game. They won.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fucking boxing.
No, that's in a ring.
Okay,
and that's where he doesn't have his teammates to back him up.
That's fair. That is fair. Now, the next talking point I have is just our teams, lads. We kind of spoke a bit on it. Galvin, a shining light. Jaden Sullivan, not so much. Any opinions on your team, Matt? And like, where do you guys see you going next week? Is there hopes, promises?
Just quickly on Lockie Galvin and Jaden Sullivan. Lockie Galvin is a LED light. Jaden Sullivan is a fireplace from the 1800s. That's how dull that bloke's future is.
He's heard this somewhere.
Where he's
no, I made
one week.
Sales rep.
1 week. He's already shadow banned from the Tigers. So how'd your opinion on your performance and you know?
Look, if rugby league matches for 3 minutes, we'd win.
Yeah, no, that was a good 3-minute period. To be fair, it looked so good when the young boys fucking passed inside.
Isn't it sad when the 3 least experienced players on your team do the best out of the whole team?
Yeah.
I think that's another shining light. He scored that try, Samuel Fainu. He looked good.
He
I
did.
think.
He looks good.
He looked like he actually showed us some aggression compared to some of the other forwards out there just fucking plotting.
As long as it stays on the field.
yeah.
Yeah, not in a hotel room wearing a blue jersey. Yeah.
Lucas, mate, how about you?
Yeah, look, I was holding it for this.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we would have won because we definitely still would have lost, but I feel like the Tigers get absolutely fucking smashed by shitty refereeing decisions week in, week out. Zach Hosking knocked the ball on into Lockie Galvin, and they still awarded the try when, in my opinion, it was a clear and obvious knock on in the second half. And then right at the end of the first half, where Jaden Sullivan decided, just before Jaden Sullivan decided to fall asleep on the wing there, who's that fucking ball bloke? Ashley Klein? Was Ashley Klein our ref?
Peter Goff.
Peter Goff.
Could be Peter Emo.
Peter Cock. So, like, look, Peter Goff, mate. The Raiders player clearly dropped the ball. You said it was a stripping motion. Now, I understand we didn't challenge it. I'm not sure why we didn't. When all the commentators go, oh, geez, he's dropped that cold, and then you've got the bunker up there who are obviously watching and listening in as well, go, oh, yeah, what do you do? And they score off the next play. Mate, a 50-50, mate. Go and fuck yourself, Jared Goff.
Yeah,
Peter Goff.
Peter and Jared, his brother, I'm
What is-
guessing.
What is Jared Goff? I feel like he's a fucking NFL player.
Oh, mate.
Mate, I tell you though, bloody, oh mate, there is some shocking. I think Appy didn't challenge it because he was that dumbfounded.
Jared Goff is an NFL quarterback for the Detroit Lions.
Fuck you, Jared. And your brother.
Fuck you, Peter Goff.
As for Tigers, yeah, I do think when your teams are, it is, as we said earlier, I think when your team's that low, they don't care about just giving shit calls to you over and over again. It should be the other way around where you should get better calls, so it
Someone
fucking
needs
evens
to
it
be
out.
held accountable.
So there needs to be an investigation. But as for my team, we actually got so many good calls for our way. So
Yeah, that Talakai bullshit.
to my ref, Ziggy, mate, you're a fucking legend, Ziggy. I don't know your last name, but
Anderson.
yeah, well, I hope he's fucking refereeing us all the time.
At the end of the day, quickly back on the Tigers, I think not completing any sets in the time the Raiders completed 11, I think fatigue probably got to us in the end as well.
Absolutely.
A lot of defending.
Oh, well.
For me, Sharks, I do think we're looking good. We've only versed fucking average teams so far. Well, that we know of. Warriors, did all right against Melbourne. But for us, our defense has been better than last year so far. I think we have the least amount of points scored against us, which is good. But yeah, other than that, I think Talakai just needs to keep going how he's going, and we'll see how he goes against the big dogs in centres because he hasn't really had that much competition.
Solomon this week, mate.
Yeah, fuck, that's gonna be rough.
And AJ Kapoa.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough for them as well. Now we go to suspensions. There was a Nicola suspension, ridiculous. 2 weeks. Come on. He barely took his head off.
But Kickout gets nothing.
Yeah, Kickout gets nothing. That's ridiculous. That penalty that Kickout got, I was stirring up our group chat so much. No one bid on it. But did you see, it was literally just like a little tap on his chest from Will Kennedy, and we got a fucking penalty for it. Oh, mate. It's that's what I mean. Some of the calls we got, I was pretty happy with Ziggy, so keep that up and you'll get your paycheck at the end of the year. There was another suspension, though, which is, there's been a bit of talk about. Jerome Hughes, I believe, got 2 weeks for pushing a referee over. Now, I think if Lucas was on the field for the Tigers, he would have done the same.
Fucking I would have probably done worse.
Yeah. Did you see it, and what do you think about it, Matt?
I agree with Pappenhausen, what he said on Triple M on Sunday.
Yeah.
Jerome Hughes deserves it. He's a grub.
He's a grub. There's been a little bit of talk about, because there was a similar situation in the Sharks, but Sharks obviously didn't push the bloke to the ground, and he was just kind of in the way. We got to try, or Kickout got to try taking off him for Trindle running into the ref, where Jerome Hughes pushes the ref over and gets 2 weeks. So very similar situations, but I think because he has that motion of like trying to use him to like step back, it does not look good at all.
It doesn't look good.
And then, but then Jerome Luai, like, last
Yeah.
year. Like, he actually, like, taps the ref and gets nothing.
Mate, protected.
You need to be like Blocker Roach and pat the ref on the head when he's done a good job.
Yeah.
Shout out to your blocker.
Yeah,
Or just
blocker.
be like Hopper and just stick fingers up people's asses.
Well, that's one way to do it.
That's one way
My
to do it.
favoured way.
As we say, fuck the refs. Anyways, now the main thing I wanted to talk about in the NRL.
Here we
Nico Hines outright first in the Dally M. Start of the year, I said Nico will win. He's 12 points. He is, I believe, 3 points clear of the closest player. 2 times he's got 6 points in a row. I just don't see him not getting 6 points when we win, which will be every week from now till the end of September. Yeah. So, yeah. Dally M player soon.
Well, when you guys keep getting the easiest draws, then yeah, you expect this sort of
You
thing.
tell me who's going to get the fucking 6 points in this game against the Tigers if we win.
Lachlan Galvin.
Lachlan Galvin, he's going to fucking do it. Yeah, I think Turbo's up there. Another couple of good players up there, but just not close enough. And that's all for the NRL. But
Just quickly,
Matt, hurry up. Hurry up. You got limited time.
Nico must love you just like Latrell loves Brave. You suck him off just as much.
The whole podcast.
The one liner, Matty C.
Mate, if you could like cut every moment I've talked Nico up during all 54 episodes of the podcast, it would probably go for 10 hours. And I don't know if there's that much footage there. So, but yeah, either way, we go into some different part, a new segment. Leachy's Fantasy Locks. So we have Leachy's Lock as a bet, but the Fantasy Locks this week. Last week we had Terrell May, and he got 60 points again. So he's back-to-back 60s. If you haven't got him, you're an idiot. He's still about 560, so still in the price you could probably get him. The other ones I was looking at, I already got Galvin last week because I'm a genius, but if you haven't got him, probably want to get him. Got a 40 this week, so he's pretty good. Now, another bloke, Fini Fuyaki, he'll be starting second row, you would think, for Hill and Lukey. Hill and Lucas was putting out about 70 minutes, so this bloke will probably get the same and score big, make big points. 290k. Hoskins is another player who I didn't want to start with him this year, but he has showed how good he's been in the second row for the last 2 weeks. Scored a 69 and then a 93, I think, this week. So, bloke's on fire. I think he's going to hold out Elliot Whitehead, who's the captain. I think Elliot might go to lock. I think there might be a bit of shuffle to keep Hoskins in the second row, how good he's playing. I don't know. Ricky will probably decide that, but I'm going to pick him up for at least 3 to 4 weeks and see how he goes off the bench as well. He'd probably still get big minutes.
Big call.
He's about 670k. He's probably worth fucking close to 800 if he's scoring that big. But another player from you guys, I talked him up, the West Tigers, Samuel Afenu. He's a middle and edge player, about
389.
389. He is, I scored, I think, a 48, maybe 40, 54. Yes, about that. But he's good. I think he'll be also a decent buy if he gets the minutes, which he did this week, but just depends how Benji rotates the forwards. But that's my tips. Look, I'm versing this guy in fantasy this week, so
Yeah,
he's just
I'm in
got all
trouble.
my tips.
I'm in trouble.
2 of those players I've brought in this week. I'll let you know that. So look forward to that.
Fuyaki and Hoskins.
Yeah, how'd you know? But yeah, look forward to next week. I'm sure I've got some more juicy locks. Now we'll go to horse racing with Lucas.
Jeez. Guys, what a weekend of horse racing that we just had. Where better else to start off than with Pride of Jenny, the pride of Kieran Maher's stable. She jumps, she leads, and she wins the All-Star Mile. Guys, what a performance. I know Mr. Brightside, the fan favourite, was in that race. But the splits that she ran were absolutely ridiculous. She went 16 lengths faster the first 600 meters than the class average, Group 1 average, which is just ridiculous. She ran faster opening splits than she did closing.
Wow.
Yeah, you obviously watched it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I know you're a Mr. B.
I'm a Mr. B fan, big fan. I think Craig, not butchered, but just didn't go early enough. And I actually was saying it during the race. I said, the thing with Mr. Brightside, well, the thing with Pride of Jenny is you got to know when to start going, because you don't know if you're going to be able to catch up. Because as you said, at that pace, she keeps pretty much the whole race, and you've got to make that meters up. But he's left it way too late. Mr. Brightside was storming home. You give it probably another fucking 200 meters, he might end up catching and just pipping. But he definitely has better speed. It's just picking the right time to go. He did not pick the right time to go, and that's my opinion.
Jeez, okay.
Craig, what are you doing?
Matty C.
Tell you what, very impressive. Pride of Jenny being out front, sucking in all the air, and
Taking the big lift.
taking the big lift.
Yeah.
Take a bow. Take a bow.
Yeah, she mate, I thought that was a ridiculous run by her, and great by the jockey. But you guys aren't on horse racing social media, but there are a lot of calls from the owners who have said that they might drop drop Craig Williams off Mr. Brightside. Now, I'm in the opposite camp, Brandon. I don't know what more you could have wanted Craig Williams to do from barrier 11. Barrier 11,
Yeah,
he
look-
either goes forward, gets stuck 3 wide, doesn't finish third, he probably finishes.
Look, Craig's been under fire, I think, lately for a lot of rides.
Well, that's right. And I also think because his name's in the media and in the news, that people love shitting on Willow.
Yeah. I genuinely just think he could have went earlier. But again, as I said, how do you pick what time to go earlier? How do you know if Brightside's going to go even faster and storm home?
Can he keep a sustained sprint for 800
Yeah,
meters as well? That's the
that's-
thing.
That is the thing. I do think maybe with a better jockey, I don't know, maybe we're talking different.
mate.
Maybe we're talking different. I don't know.
I don't agree,
yeah, look.
How's this? Dan O'Sullivan, I live by his ratings, and I
Yeah.
tell you fairly often. His ratings came out earlier, and he said, what Pride of Jenny did on Saturday, Mr. Brightside has never done that in his career. He's never run to her rating in his career. So no
Fuck
matter
this guy.
no matter what Brightside showed up that day, that was her peak run ever. That was her peak run ever.
I'm usually a fan of O'Sullivan's work, but fuck this guy. Mr. Brightside's the best. Oh, Mr. Brightside. Did you see the reel we put up on Instagram? Jenny from the Block's a new song to listen
Jenny
to.
from the Block. Whenever Pride of Jenny wins.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? They'll get their chance in a fortnight in the Australian
Ew.
Cup where they meet again.
Yeah. All right, bold prediction. Is Craig still on board?
I think with the amount of heat that the owners have received today regarding him, I think he will be on board, and I think he will flip the tables. He's better over 2,000 meters than a mile.
Yeah.
What about
I
you?
think so. Yeah, look, I'm probably of the opinion he might get dropped, but if he does, I do think Mr. Brightside gets the dub.
Matty C, does he stay on?
50-50.
Nah, I reckon he goes.
He
goes.
as well. Okay,
Butchered the ride.
fair enough. Guys, Zoo Gotcha. Zoo Gotcha wins the Coolmore Classic, carrying the top weight and fighting down the length of the Rose Hill Straight. That was a hell of a battle. I was on Zoo Gotcha. She was backed from $4.20 into $3. She was backed massively late. I tell you what, at 300, she was headed by Samana. Tropical Squall was still there. And who else? Someone came up the inside of her as well, and I was a bit worried, but good God, she fights. She wins, and she gives J-Mac his 90th Group 1.
He's got to
Yeah.
be the best jockey, doesn't he?
Going around right now, he is absolutely. All time, it's Damien Oliver, but he's only... I'm not sure how many Group 1s behind Ollie he is. You know
Yeah.
what?
He's got to be
Let's ask
catching.
Google. Hey, Google. How many Group 1s has Damien Oliver...
Ooh,
He is
still a
only
bit.
39 Group 1s behind Ollie. So,
How many seasons do you reckon that'll take, J-Mac?
5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
6 years?
How old is J-Mac?
36? 36, I think.
And how long do jockeys normally ride for?
Ollie retired last year and he was mid-50s.
Ah,
So,
Fuck, yeah, you can do it.
it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Mm.
So,
Look, he's had some peaches of rides to get those stack those wins up.
absolutely.
But,
So you watched the race? You
you
boys?
gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched it. Yeah.
Yep. Thoughts?
Look, this is the horse that got Dan his first win on the and as his best bet, he's Dan's decision. And I didn't think Dan could pick a good horse, but yeah, look, this horse is actually doing pretty well. I'm surprised. out to the lead and just fucking showed how good it was, I guess.
Yeah.
But J Mac, a great jockey. Maybe put him on Mr. Brightsall. I don't know.
Thoughts, mate?
Mate, do gotcha. Loves the soft track.
Loves the soft
softy.
track.
Loves a softy.
Doesn't she just?
Yep, mate. Can't wait to see it go again.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
I was on it as well, so that was fucking good.
You said where's it come from, sort of thing. But so Waller himself said he took an L in the spring. He said in the spring he tried to train her as a sprinter, which she just isn't.
Yeah.
Kept her to the sprint distances, 1100, 1200. She was first up 1300 a fortnight ago, where she won for Dan. Second up 1500 here. She could go to a Doncaster in a fortnight's time, where I plan to be on April 6th at Randwick. Yeah, look fantastic.
Yeah, good stuff from Zugotcha.
Yeah. Now, guys, I'll fly through these last ones here. So Zardozi stamps her Vinery Stud Stakes credentials with a win in the Far Lap Stakes. Look, Zardozi for Godolphin, very impressive.
I was on Zardozi, paying pretty good odds there,
Yep.
$10. I
So
think.
she's 350 in the Vinery Stud Stakes, behind a $1.80 favourite Orchestral, who I said earlier, who I think is going to beat us. Guys, succulent Chinese meals all around. Democracy Manifest
Democracy
wins the
Manifest.
Ajax Stakes, which is another ripping battle as well in that race too. Then there was a cult. Now you guys, once again, not into the social media racing and whatnot. Guys, there's a cult for the last probably 3 or 4 weeks that has been absolutely smashed everywhere you go. Gatsby's. $250 in the Golden Slipper 3 weeks ago into $9 before
Holy.
Saturday. Everyone was like, this thing. Very flat in the Pago Stakes. Everyone expected him to come out, smash the field, and then go into, third favourite behind Switzerland and Stormboy in the slipper. But he was so flat in that race. Didn't get the golden ticket into the race, and Dublin Down gets the dub,
Down.
and he's into the slipper for
Yeah.
the McAvoy team. So
You double down on doubling down.
you double down on doubling down. Now, guys,
Yeah.
this weekend there are 5 Group 1s in Sydney.
Woo.
Oh God, it's an amazing day of racing. There's a Group 1 in Victoria. There's 5 Group 1s in Sydney. It's a day Golden Slipper day. Now, can you boys do me a favour? I need you to pull your phones out. If you've got your betting apps readily available.
Get one up.
I'll have a look at your phone.
So I need you to go into the futures market, Matty. And I need you to go to the
Golden
tab
Slipper.
Golden Slipper.
Um,
I need you to pick a horse for me. I want you guys to tell me who will win the Golden Slipper this weekend. I'm going to start with Brandon.
Look, doubling down's pretty big odds.
What's he paying, 100?
He's paying 34.
34?
Look, Hayasagi did really well.
Yeah, she won the Blue Diamond.
Great horses. Big fan of Switzerland's work with J-Mac on board. But I was also a big fan of Stormboy's work with J-Mac on board. But J-Mac's not riding Stormboy, which is why it's going to win. We're going to lock in Stormboy for the win. It's
Stormboy.
easy. We've been calling it moral for the whole podcast, so I hard to go past it. But
Fair call, mate. Fair call. How about you, Mr. Abby Randon? Mr. Matty C.
What's all?
Going a bit rougher here. Shangri-La Express.
Shangri-La Express. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, look. We've been tooting Stormboy's horn for a while. I think he could possibly be the best 2-year-old since Piero, so that's in almost 12 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, look, Stormboy's the one, guys.
Look, we can bring down any horse, and
We can. We can.
Hopefully not Stormboy.
Hopefully not Stormboy. But look, Stormboy, Switzerland. Gay Waterhouse has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jesus.
She has 7 horses in the Golden Slipper.
What's the
field.
roughest horse she has?
Prost.
Okay,
Dude,
so
and you know what? Adam Hieronymus is riding that, who got kicked off Stormboy. So
I just look when you have that many horses in. I think there's a little bit of you could do something to get some money.
Yeah.
But
Dave Waterhouse has already spoken to the jockeys and said, "Hey guys, block in Switzerland, give Stormboy a ride."
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as you said, they've had such a good year. I like to get that many horses. Where
Oh, she's been the best 2-year-old trainer this year by a long way. But yeah, so that's horse racing, guys. Look, I might throw out my best bet now if you don't mind. Is that
Ooh.
okay?
Yeah,
Is that
mate,
a bit early?
I'll let it happen. I'll allow it just as
All right.
once.
Guys, if you all go into the Randvet Stakes and the Queen Elizabeth Stakes futures market on any betting app, PointsBet, SportsBet, Tab, you name it, Bet365, you'll see, if you checked a few weeks ago, this name wasn't there. And you'll see now, Via Sistina, she has come right in to $3 second favourite behind Think It Over, who's at $2.50. Now, I emailed all the betting markets and I told them to get Via Sistina in there because I wanted some decent odds before it snapped up. Now, look, she was put in at $21 on Friday, but as I said, she's already into $3. I think if there is a soft 6 or worse track at Rose Hill on Saturday, in the Randvet Stakes, I don't think they will see which way she goes. I think she will absolutely smash us. She is a European horse being brought out here by Chris Waller, who's now the new trainer. She has won a Group 1 race over in England over the 2,000-metre distance. So she's starting at her pet distance, which means she's going to be fit. She will go to the Queen Elizabeth Stakes 2 weeks later. So my pick, guys, my best bet this weekend is Via Sistina in the Randvet Stakes. She'll be too good. Doing the same thing Adabe did and Dubayana. Got similar form lines. Comes out too good. Smash and grab.
I believe you literally had to message the betting agencies to get a good bet on.
And imagine, right? I had to message the betting agencies, and then they wind her price into $3. That's pretty grubby. That's pretty grubby. You didn't even know her name until I said something 4 days ago.
You should bring it up to PVL, another big friend of you, obviously.
That's right. Me and PVL go way back. And, I've got another tip, guys, as well. Don't pay $13.50 for a schooner of Asahi Superdry at the Gregory Hills Hotel.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Wow. 13.
Howard JD is cheaper than an Asahi.
Yeah.
Blows me away.
That's my mic drop moment, guys.
Shout out to Gregory Hills Hotel for charging a literal arm and a leg.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Matt, I've heard through the grapevine you actually have a listener's bet for us this week. Haven't had one of them in a while, so looking forward.
Okay, 4-leg multi, NRL.
Oh.
Penrith at $1.28. Warriors at $1.44 versus Canberra.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney Roosters at $1.67 versus the scum of the earth of Souths. And Melbourne at $1.85 against Newcastle in Newcastle, who haven't looked good. Giving you $5.70 altogether.
$5.70. A lot of things that happen for $5.70. No, I like it. I do like it. A lot of favourites. You fit right in here with us too. We're the favourite backers over here, mate. But no, good stuff. For the other bets, follow our social medias. Go to the Instagram. Go to the Facebook. Like, comment, subscribe. Check everything out. Check our TikTok out. Haven't posted in a little while, but I'll be back. It'll come back. Definitely with Matty C on board. Good stuff. Anyways, gentlemen, good podcast. Great having you again, Matt. I'll
Thank you, sir.
shake, mate. Yeah, catch us all later.
Peace.